Fans, it started at the base of Mount Olympus at Olympus Hill Park. Please give a warm welcome to the torchbearers for the 2021 Olympus Homecoming Weekend. Torch runners are our cross-country team and members of the student body officers. The torch will be passed from Katie Nielsen, our SBO president, to Will Spence, then Liza Barnett, to Cami Delgatti. Then Katie will light the cauldron.
Welcome to Olympus Football on OlyTV. I'm Mark Schwartz.
And I'm Jackson Bodley.
And you just watched our homecoming torch run performed by our cross-country team. It is homecoming night tonight, and Olympus will be taking on Park City. The Titans are 4-2, 2-1 in region play. The Miners are 3-3 and undefeated in region. It's a great night for football. Let's get right into our pregame, Jack. Some game storylines. Let's talk about last game. As many of you know, Olympus lost last week 38-14 to an 0-4 East team. And along with that, star running back Ryan Renard got hurt, tore his MCL. They gave up 200 rushing yards to East. Why do you think East was able to run the ball so well?
I think it starts at the line of scrimmage. In that game, East, they were a little bit bigger, and they opened up some huge holes for their running backs. And the running backs were able to run through the holes with a lot of speed, and with an injured Olympus team, it was really hard for them to adjust and really hard to tackle those big running backs when they run through the hole with that much speed. So you got to really, it starts with the line against those big running backs. You got to slow them down and not let them run clean through the hole like that.
Yeah, speaking of big running backs, Amelia Monet, East starting running back, he rushed for 200 yards. Let's shift over to the offensive side of the ball. Olympus struggled a lot offensively. They had only 197 yards of total offense. Obviously, Renard's injury hurts, but he's dealt with injuries before, and Olympus has still been able to move the ball. Why do you think they struggled so much against East to move the ball?
I think they were expecting to win and win by a lot, and when they fell down early, it really messed with them. They were really confused, and they played with a little bit of sense of urgency, and they weren't able to get into their own offensive rhythm. And again, with the line of scrimmage, I felt like East D-line was able to get good pressure and clog those holes to stop Olympus' wing tee. They tried to pass it, but they weren't able to get much time.
Yeah, when we talk about East D-line, you got to mention three-star recruit Ben Roberts. He dominated last game against Olympus. I've talked to some players on the football team, and they said, yeah, it was so hard to run the ball, specifically against him. And he's just such an anchor of that line. It's so hard to run against East. And their passing game was just not on point. They couldn't get big yards through the air.
Park City, when they played East, Park City, they were able to block a lot better than Olympus, and they were able to rush for about 150 yards, I think.
We'd like to welcome our military color guard tonight for our homecoming game, and they will present the flag for the national anthem.
To honor us tonight with the national anthem, please welcome senior and president of our choir, Bianca Davis, who will sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rattling, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Bianca Davis, everyone.
Thank you, Bianca Davis, for that amazing national anthem. Let's get back to some football talk. Just 8 minutes to go till kickoff. Let's talk about some game storylines. Let's start with common opponents. Both teams have played Murray and East. Both teams beat Murray. Park City beat East by 1 point 3 weeks ago. Olympus, as we talked about before, lost to East 38-14. There's been a lot of questions around the campus saying, how could Park City beat East and we lose them? What do you think is the answer to that question?
I just think it was a really bad matchup for Olympus on both sides of the ball because they're a smaller team usually, and against that big power run with East, they really struggled with them. They really struggled to figure out how to get pressure and how to clog the holes and open up their own holes. But Park City, they had the size and the strength to keep up with that, and they were able to open up holes, and they were neck and neck with East, and they were able to get rushing yards. They passed a little bit too, so I think it really just was a bad matchup with size on the line for Olympus.
it's interesting. Olympus has played big teams before, like Kearns. Kearns was a pretty big team, and Olympus dominated that game. I think it was just East ran a lot of different schemes and looks that Olympus hadn't seen before ever, where Kearns and
Olympus was also injured.
Exactly, yeah. Against Kearns, Olympus was healthy.
And Kearns had an injury at running back.
Yeah, Naki Leha, their star running back, was hurt when Olympus beat Kearns 15-9. Excuse me, 15-6. Tonight, let's talk about big backs. Park City comes in with Carson Tabarachi. He is the heart and soul of their offense. He rushes for 116.7 yards a game. He leads the team in touchdowns with 9. He's third in 5A for rushing yards, fifth in rushing touchdowns for 5A. He's a 3-star recruit. He has offers from 22 D1 schools, including 13 Power 5 schools. One of those schools is Ohio State, obviously, college football powerhouse. It's just incredible. He's an incredible player, and Olympus is going to have a really tough time tonight.
I think they got to do the same thing against East. They have to be able to hit him at the line of scrimmage and not let him open up such big holes to help out their injured backfield for Olympus to try and help them tackle him.
All right, we'll give you Olympus's captains that just walked out. We have number 88, Sam Creer, number 50, Sam Bodley, number 9, Sam Green, number 2, Sam Siegel, number 55, Matt Herron, number 89, James Borden, number 53, Tommy Barris, number 3, Ryan Renard, number 6, Seth Roberts. And we'll get you a number on this last player. Can't quite pick it out. Number 39, James Smith. And let's go to our next keys to the game, injuries for the Titans. We just said, number 39, James Smith, has dressed, and he was warming up. It looks like he will play tonight. Obviously, star captain, strong safety for the Titans. He went down in the Brighton game. We were there at the game. I remember watching him with his ankle all wrapped up, jumping up and down on the sideline with his crutches. It really hurt not to have him, I think, against East, because East had a lot of those huge pass plays over the top that I think if you have James Smith, maybe there's not as much as that. And he's very helpful in the run, obviously, at that strong safety position.
I think the pass by East caught Olympus by off guard a little bit. They packed the box a little more than they usually do, and they were expecting a run. Then they do a play action right over the top a few times, and they passed for, I think, about 70 yards that game, a lot more than they usually do.
And I believe 2 passing touchdowns.
Oh, yeah.
And having huge plays like that is really what put Olympus in a hole they couldn't dig themselves out of. Other injuries, though, of note for the Titans. Running back Ryan Renard, he has a torn MCL. There's been some talk, maybe he's out for the season. We're not sure. Nothing's been confirmed yet. I've heard both sides saying, oh, he's out for the season, but more official sources have told me, no, he's not. Before we get to the rest of our injuries, we have our captains for Park City. We have number 2, Carson Tabarachi, number 5, Chase Byer, number 13, Joseph Eldridge, and number 19, Stone Combs. So the captains will meet at midfield, and we have the coin toss coming up in just a couple minutes. We'll finish out our injuries, though. Outside linebacker and leading tackler Mikey Gustafson is out. He has a knee injury. He was Olympus's leading tackler, as I just said, for a lot of the first of the season. He's been very critical at that outside linebacker position, and we saw their run defense has gone even more down the drain since he's gotten out. Let's talk about punter Will Rigby. Had some back soreness and actually has a broken back. We saw him punt against East with that broken back. We'll see if he punts tonight. I've heard that he will be punting, but nothing confirmed. Then Josh Peterson, defensive back and running back, is out for tonight. He got knocked out in the East game and, has a concussion. On the coin toss, Olympus won the toss and will defer till the second half, so Park City will get the first shot on offense. What do you think about that, Jack?
If I'm Olympus, I like that because offensively, it's on defense, your scheme's a little bit usually simpler in high school, and so it's going to be easier for the replacements to figure out their assignment. On offense, it's going to be a lot more complicated. So Olympus here has a chance to get a big stop early on in the game and give some confidence to their offense to go out there.
Obviously for Park City, flip side, they're wanting to punch Olympus in the mouth first. If they can score first,
it'll
put
just
Olympus
take
in
all
the
take all the energy out of the Olympus.
Exactly.
And their offense will have to play in a sense of urgency like we saw last time.
A couple other injuries for you for Olympus. Josh Peterson is out. Sorry, I just said him. Matt Seastrand, backup tight end, is out. Isaac Hodgson, backup running back, is out. Noah Paxton, backup running back, is out. And James Borden, tight end, is also out. So let's talk about running back depth. Obviously, Renard is hurt. He was hurt, though, earlier in the year, Against Hunter, he got banged up. Against Kearns, he got banged up. But Olympus was still able to run their normal offense because they have so many backs. Here, though, when Renard was out, they were going to Hodgson and Paxton. Those were their two best backup running backs, and both of them are out. I think that's going to hurt the Titans a lot tonight.
They also have Siegel that they're going to have to use more than they usually do.
Siegel is going to have to carry the load tonight for the Titans. Sam Siegel, let's talk about him. He averages 69.8 yards a game and has 3 rushing touchdowns. He's had some big games, though. In the games he gets the majority of the touches, he has big games. So we'll see if that's the story
tonight. They could also
use
Anthony Olsen more. Maybe a screen pass to try and something we haven't seen before to get him to open space,
Quick slant Olsen. We'll see if we see him tonight. And we are teed up and ready to go for the opening kickoff of Olympus versus Park City. Homecoming night. Kernoodle has the ball teed up, and he'll kick it away. Joseph Eldridge on the return for the Miners. He bumps it outside and stays in bound, but then steps out at the 35-yard line, I believe. Good field position, though, for the Miners off the bat. We'll see what the Miners can do in their first offensive possession. What do you think is Park City going to go to? Are they just going to pound the rock?
I think they are going to try that for the first half. And if it's working, they're going to just continue doing that all game. But as Olympus is able to find a defensive scheme, maybe pack the box more. If it's not working, we'll see him throw it more. But I think they're definitely going to try and start with him.
They'll hand off. Tabarachi slips out of a couple tackles, finds the outside. Nash Taylor on the chase down. Nice tackle. Touchdown saving tackle right there. But Carson Tabarachi strikes hard. We've talked about in pregame how Olympus is going to have some trouble containing him.
With a huge back like that, you just have to have the first person hit him and just hold on to him and wait for the other people to come and finish it off. Because it's very hard to take him down by yourself, especially when he gets going like that. You got to try and slow him down and wait for your other teammates to come help.
Byer in the pistol. He'll take the snap. Play action. Throws. Caught Eldridge. Around that first down marker. Second down. They're going to call him just maybe a couple inches short there. And so Park City huddles up, moving the ball effectively here. Olympus needs that key stop now even more than ever. Byer in the pistol again. Tabarachi set out behind him. They'll hand to Tabarachi, and good tackle. Matt Herron, star defensive lineman for the Titans, on the tackle. They're talking about the tackling. I mean, Matt Herron obviously brought him down, but he also stopped him, didn't let him slip out of the tackle.
Stopped his momentum. They're able to, what they couldn't do against East, they did right there. They were able to close down the hole and not give him a space to run and hit him at the line of scrimmage.
Pistol again, 3rd and short. Carson Tabarachi in the backfield again. And they hand off on the sweep. That's Braden Byer, and he's got enough for the first down.
They had players there. I feel like when the players they're running there, they were looking for Carson Tabarachi. Then all of a sudden, number 8 ran with the ball right next to them. Like, oh, wait, he has the ball. And they reacted too late, and he was able to squeeze by for the first down.
We saw a little of that in the East game with kind of the triple option. Olympus had a really hard time. Who has the ball, you know? So we'll see if Park City does a little bit more misdirection like that. Byer in the pistol again. Tabarachi to his right hip. They hand to Tabarachi. Finds a hole and runs into his own blocker. Not much there. Maybe a yard for the big fella.
This is what you got. On first and second down, those are really important against a huge power back like this. You have to get them on third and long and force them to pass the ball. Because if they're able to consistently get 2 or 3 yards, when it's third down, it will be close enough that they can still run with him. If you're able to stop them and force the third and long, they have to throw it or do a different play call.
Park City is adept at throwing the ball, unlike East was, but you still want to force them to throw because it's not their strong suit. They'll throw here on second down. Byer forced to roll to his right, throws downfield and incomplete through his receiver's hands. That was number 26, Will McCurdy. He was the intended target. And third and long. Do you think they might go Tabarachi just to try it out, see if they can break one?
I think they might try a running back draw where the quarterback takes his normal steps like he's throwing. The receivers run their routes. Then late in the play, they hand it off to him.
The Miners break huddle. We'll see Byer in the pistol again with Tabarachi set behind him. Byer takes the snap, rolls to his left, sets up, and almost sacked, but he slips out. And ripped down by Anthony Olson, the D-end. Sacked on the play, and there's a flag out, though. I believe this is going to be blocking the back. Matt Herron, I think it was Matt Herron, was on the pursuit there, and he got blocked in the back.
We've seen here on Park City's passing plays, their O-line has not been nearly as good as they are on their run plays. So if you were to get him back, pin him back on third and deep, you can stay back, defend the pass, and your D-line is going to be able to get there.
So holding on Park City is the penalty flag, but it's declined by the Titans. 4th down and long. But the Miners are going to go for it. Some confusion on the spot. So the stop we talked about is in the making here.
Parker, bring someone their M&Ms.
Olympus did a good job after that first couple plays where Park City got good yardage. They didn't. They stayed calm. They didn't freak out, and they were able to stop them here.
4th and 14 for the Miners.
I think this is a message right here that they're confident in their defense, that they'll be able to stop Olympus.
New quarterback in. He's going to take off. Has some room to work. Sherwood comes up and he breaks a tackle. He's going to slip by for the first down before he's knocked out of bounds. Huge run. Number 15, Blake Tabarachi came in. That's running back Carson Tabarachi's brother. He came in on the quarterback run. Olympus was not ready.
I'm not sure who was expecting a quarterback run right there. 4th and deep. Everyone thought they were going to pass it, and they ran it right up the middle and a few broken tackles, and there they are now inside the red zone.
I think Olympus, their D-line, thought it was a pass, and so, you know,
they
set
lost
up
contain.
Exactly. Byer, false start. Park City shifts, and that'll back them up. Gutsy call there. 4th and 14 in the first quarter. And Park City converts on a huge run from Blake Tabarachi. Byer in the pistol again with Tabarachi set behind him. That's Carson Tabarachi. Little bubble screen out to Eldridge. Matt Herron gets all the way out there to bring the Eldridge down. Great job from the big defensive lineman.
They did get a gain of 4 yards there. Well, with a false start, Olympus would stay back, and a gain of 4 yards is just fine because now it's 2nd and 11, and you're still good. I think Olympus stayed back there, defended the end zone and the deep pass, and they said you can throw a little 4-yard pass.
Byer takes the snap, hands to Tabarachi on the halfback sweep to the left, and he shoves Charlie Sherwood to the ground, but great job by Sherwood to force him out of bounds. Little to no gain there for Tabarachi. That was good by Sherwood to keep the contain on the outside. Why do you think Olympus's run defense has been more effective tonight than it was against East?
Right now, I think with Carson Tabarachi, he's been trying to break it outside more than with East because they were pounding it up the middle, and it's allowed their corners and middle linebacker and their linebackers to get to him better and sooner.
Blitz from the Titans, quick throw, touchdown. Park City strikes first. Number 26, Will McCurdy, with the score for the Miners. They spread the Titans out, and the Titans weren't ready. So despite a couple opportunities, Olympus can't come up with the big stop.
And that driver there was really deflating because you had your chances, 4th and 15, I think that was like 3rd and 12 right there.
in the area. But, you know, Titans able to punch it in. Wow, they're kicking it from way up.
I think there's a penalty or something.
That's the pass interference there,
Yeah.
enforcing it on the kickoff.
There we go.
Kernoodle has it teed up. And the onside kick fielded by Park City at the 36-yard line. So the Olympus defense will come back out.
Received by Carson Navarro. First down, Park City.
Hey, pick 6, and then a go route to Nash Taylor.
There you
we
go.
But with 1:40 to go, you gotta imagine Park
They're
City
just going to run it.
They're handing it to Tabarachi every
But-
time.
That's what we said, and they have it. Who knows?
Well, they have McCurry in right now.
No
so
Tabarachi
no Tabarachi for a bit. I wonder if they'll just hold him out to
for a
prevent
third
injury.
down.
Yeah. They pitch it out on a halfback toss. And McCurdy trying to cut it upfield. And taken down, loss of 1.
That was a great block by 78 for Park City.
Yeah, the Olympus player actually tackled the blocker accidentally instead of McCurdy.
Yeah, I think 78 threw Olympus' defender to the ground, but he wasn't able to get any yards off of it.
Penalty marker.
I think they waved the flag.
There's no penalty marker on the field.
Okay.
Timeout.
Olympus will take a timeout. So a minute and a half to go in this homecoming game. Sadly, Olympus is not going to be able to pull it out. It is 28-14. The defense has been strong all night. The offense has just not been there. What do you think was the reason for that? Because at the end of the first half, Olympus's offense looked really good.
I feel like at the end of the first half, though, a lot of it was because Park City was playing very conservative, not allowing that huge shot to the end zone. And so they were able to get yards in between the middle range, sort of.
They'll hand off. McCurdy again. No gain, but the clock will run.
I think at the end of the first half, Park City maybe was a little bit tired, and the halftime energized them. And the big plays that they got in the third quarter really got them going.
Timeout Olympus to stop the clock.
Getting tackled by Isaac Worthman.
They have no timeouts remaining. So Park City will most likely hand it off and let this clock run down
Yep.
to, 45 seconds around there.
It's only second down. They can do 2 runs and the game's over. Almost.
Yeah, I think the sideline down marker was a down behind.
There you go.
Yeah, they just changed it.
So there's 1 first down and it's over. If not, Olympus will probably get 1 play.
And, I mean, even then, I think it's over.
Well, I mean, Olympus offense might get 1 Hail Mary shot for fun,
Hey,
I guess.
Nash Taylor getting those 100 yards. That's what we want. Moral victories
There you go.
up here on OlyTV.
I think maybe some confidence for their young players.
I feel like tonight Olympus's offense did a really poor job of getting the ball to their playmakers.
Mm-hmm.
They struggled with that. Siegel got some touches, but you've got playmakers in Anthony Olson and Nash Taylor and Sam Green. You have some really solid receivers. And Tabarachi, the backup quarterback and running back, is going to take it to the house. 35-14, just to put some salt in the wound.
At least they got a minute to score.
Blake
I guess.
Tabarachi, that's true. Well,
Yeah.
he pretty much owns this field now. On a 4th and long, he scrambles for
Yep.
20 yards and then
Third and long.
In the fourth quarter, third and long. He
Yep.
scampers for a 65-yard touchdown.
I think Olympus on offense with the new players were very conservative because they didn't want to make mistakes, and make it too complicated. But it gets to a point where you have to open it up a little bit, give them a chance to, use the full playbook.
Exactly. Well, this game is officially out of reach. It's been over for a little bit, but we'll call that the nail in the coffin. And Park City is going to improve to 4-3 and remain undefeated in region. In a region we thought would be tightly competed between Brighton and Olympus, Park City is on top.
Yep.
For Olympus, they're going to fall to 4-3 and 2-2 in region. Obviously, region not really a key factor anymore. It's going to be that RPI that we're going to be looking at. Park City, is 17th in RPI, can expect a jump. Olympus, 9th in RBI, could take a dive.
Yeah.
Back-to-back losses is going to hurt. Do you think we'll see a squib kick here to prevent any return, or just kick it through the back of the end zone?
I think they're just going to kick as hard as they can. They might squib kick it, but.
And kick is away. Booming kick out the back of the end zone. Touchback.
Kickoff results in a touchback. The first attempt for the Titans.
Too much.
Oh, here they're on the spread.
Yep, Roberts in that shotgun formation, we'll call it. He'll throw on the out route to Nash Taylor, and Taylor's going to get out of bounds. Stop the clock.
Nash Taylor.
Keep feeding my boy.
Titans first down.
I think he's got 30 yards now. So, shot to the end zone would get him right here. If Nash Taylor gets it, would get him pretty close to your 100 mark.
Nice. There we go. But Olympus, obviously, let's be serious for a moment. Our receivers are good. It's just, I think this is on coaching and Seth Roberts. Roberts is now rolling to his right on a forced rollout, throws it downfield and almost picked off. That's his third where it's just almost picked. One interception on the night so far, but that was Chase Mosley.
Yeah.
The backup quarterback came in for a series and threw an interception.
Nobody's over there. It's haunted. Stay there.
Roberts in the shotgun, I guess. Yeah, we'll call it shotgun with the running back to his hip. Nash Taylor there on the catch again. He'll step out, stop the clock.
Nash Taylor. Titans first down.
But Olympus.
They're definitely practicing their 2-minute offense. They're running sideline routes. I think they're getting some practice in here. They're taking this drive serious.
Shotgun again for Seth Roberts. Throws it downfield to Taylor again, and Taylor's out of bounds.
Roberts pass complete. Nash Taylor.
This is what I just don't understand. Why are you not throwing the ball before? I mean, yes, the defense isn't going hard, but even
I just wanted to try it a few times.
Exactly.
You don't have to go full offense like this, but just give them a few chances and try it.
You would think, okay, our running backs are depleted. Let's go to our pass game. They throw Taylor again, and he's going to step out. 40 seconds left, and Nash Taylor picking up some yards here to make my bold prediction look a little better. Didn't get a target in the first 3 quarters. Has a bunch here in the fourth. That's gotta show you. I mean, the only receiver that really got targeted was Sam Green, maybe Olsen a little bit. But you have a tight end that, I mean, is talking to UCLA, and you're not throwing to him? Like, I just don't understand that.
I think they usually throw to Olsen when he's alone on one side with 3 receivers on the other side. And Park City realized that. They had a solid game plan, and when they recognized Olsen alone on one side, they put two defenders on him. So part of that's on Park City, and part of it's on Olympus too, for not trying other stuff, trying to get in the ball. They had to try the one screen pass, but I want to see a little bit more of that sooner.
And they'll go still shotgun. Roberts throws it out to Taylor, and Taylor gets out of bounds.
Roberts pass to Taylor, complete.
They've just done the same little route.
Yeah, the same flat route to Nash Taylor every single play.
Sitting back up 21, just let them do whatever they want.
Roberts in the shotgun again.
If I were the defender, I'd just wait one time and just jump the route because they're doing the same thing.
And
right there, they were ready for it.
2 defenders were right around Nash Taylor. Roberts takes off and gets the first down. Clock will run, though. And Whitehead saying to spike it. They're really practicing their 2-minute offense. And
they're just going to take
Roberts
a shot.
Takes a shot downfield. Green can't haul it in, and it's picked off. Down the sideline. Park City's going to step out. He wanted to take that one to the house. But clock expires, and Olympus falls. Big time, 35-14, their second bad loss. You know, that's another.
I feel like this one was closer, though.
Yeah, it was
They had their
closer.
chances. And as total yardage for both teams, I feel like it was pretty close. Park City maybe getting 60, 70 more yards.
I mean, yeah, Park City scores 2 drives.
Olympus got a lot of yards at the end of the game, but still.
Yeah. Good point. Park City on their last, 2 drives of the fourth quarter put in 2 touchdowns. So it was 14-7 for a lot of the game. We'll give you our game recap, our final thoughts, and tell you about our next broadcast and Olympus's next game. Olympus won the toss and deferred. Park City scored on their first possession with a 14-yard pass to Will McCurdy from Chase Byer. Olympus then turned it over on downs. Park City was then forced to punt. We got into the second quarter. At the end of the first quarter, Olympus was forced to punt, and then we get into the second quarter. Park City scores on a 1-yard QB sneak from Byer. Then Olympus punt. Park City punts. Olympus cashes in with a touchdown, a 10-yard pass to homecoming king Sam Green. And then end of the half. To open up the second half, Olympus is forced to punt. Park City punches a touchdown win with a 5-yard run from Tabarachi. Olympus is forced to punt. Park City gets a blocked punt. Olympus gets it on the 1. Gets stopped, kicks a field goal, and misses. And then Park City punts. Olympus throws a pick. Park City turns that pick into points. And then Olympus throws a touchdown pass to Luke Bryant. And then Park City with a huge run, 65-yard touchdown run. And then Olympus runs out the clock and falls 35-14 to Park City. Well, Jack, final thoughts on tonight's game.
I feel like going into this, we knew that Park City was going to be physical up front. And Olympus, they tried running up the middle a little bit, and the only success they got from running was outside, and their offense struggled with the injuries. Defensively for Olympus, I feel like Park City, they changed it up a lot. They didn't go full Kabarachi. They didn't hand it off to him as much. And their passing game really looked a lot better than we've seen before with Park City. And it really, I think, caught Olympus off guard. And late in the game, with the short drives by Olympus got tired. And Kabarachi, with all the energy he had, was able to break some runs.
Yeah, I think it comes down to you look at these two teams, and it was a pretty even game. And
Olympus had their chances.
exactly. And the difference was Park City's offense was not conservative, and
They're
it was
very
unexpected.
aggressive.
They were very aggressive. They threw the ball even though they could have run the ball down Olympus's throat the whole
That
game.
4th and 15, had they not gone it, this whole game would have been different, because that just took
Exactly.
the whole energy out of Olympus very soon. Olympus would have had the ball at the 40-yard line. It would have been a way different game.
And that you take 7
Just a
points
couple
off.
plays
Yeah, you
right
take
there.
7 points off the board. That drive turned into a touchdown.
Got that 1-yard line drive out for
Exactly.
Olympus. So a few things that could have gone differently.
Yeah, so Olympus can't capitalize in the big moments. And then Olympus will take on Weber next week in a non-region matchup. The game will be away. We will not broadcast on OlyTV, but you can look for our pregame on OlyTV, where you can hear me and Jack once again. Our next broadcast will be in 2 weeks on senior night when Olympus takes on the Highland Rams. The last time tonight, I'm Mark Schwartz.
And I'm Jackson Bodley.
You've been watching Olympus football on OlyTV.